You've been conditioned to be nice in order to take away your power, to keep you small, to keep you out of your alignment. We all have as a society, and it's trickled down generation to generation. This belief of being nice, very different than being kind. When you're kind, you're coming from your alignment. You are coming from a full cup. But we've been conditioned as a society to be nice, to overgive, to be a martyr. And it is one of the quickest ways to lose your power, to lose your confidence, to come out of alignment, to seep energy out of you that you cannot afford to be seeping because you need that energy for you to come back into alignment, to come back into your power, which then actually gives you more within to give from a fuller cup. We haven't been taught to be nice in order to be giving and loving. We've been taught to be nice in order to be control. Because if we were taught to be in our alignment, to be in our power, to be in our own self-love, we'd be so elevated and full of so much love to give that the frequency of everything, of you, the planet, those around you would just automatically elevate, which then keeps people in their power, in their authenticity, in their authentic truth of who we really are, what we are inside of us, that we wouldn't be controllable. I'm going to go over 3 habits that you need to stop right now to stop being nice and come back into your power. Number 1, stop over giving. Over giving from a fear of being nice. The martyrer. I need to go above and beyond. Now, again, there's a difference between doing that from a place of a full cup, being in your alignment. But that's not what we're talking about here. We are talking about over giving, that conditioning of give, 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 give. It's not good to receive because you're being selfish. So you need to overgive. You need to be a good person. You need to be liked. You need to be wanted. This is part of the fear tactic. What's been taken? So we have a natural, we have a natural survival mechanism within us to want to be part of community in order to survive. It's a survival thing. Those who want your power, those who want to control you, they know that. They know all of this. They actually know more about spirituality and energy and the planet more than most of us even actually do. So you've been conditioned, we've all been conditioned to overgive in order to be part of community, in order to survive, in order to be wanted, in order to be liked. And if you start to pay attention to the news, media, you're going to spot it in many different places. How many times people are shamed for not being a certain way or acting a certain way. I really got present to this in 2020. How much shame there was. And I actually discovered it on both sides of the track. You need to be careful. 2 sides of the same coin. Always use your discernment. So number 1, stop over giving. When there's a situation, come back to you first. Don't make the quick decisions automatically. Yes, 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 yes. Come back to you first. Ask yourself, do I have enough in me right now to give this? Am I in a place right now where I have enough energy? Am I in my alignment where I can give without depleting myself? The more you do that, the longer your cup will be filled, where you can help people actually more often, and you'll be able to fulfill them or support them or help them even in a shorter amount of time, because your frequency will be elevated, that your frequency alone will help them in any situation. You'll actually need to spend less time with them. And at the same time, you're also going to have to be mindful of those that are just going to want to suck more and suck more and suck more. You are going to need to have your boundaries, because you will attract those that are like, they're just so thirsty or starving. And you have all this light, you have all this, that they're going to want more and more and more. Energy vampires, people a lot of times call them. That's number 1. Number 2, people pleasing. Again, this goes back to survival, needing to be part of community, and those in charge know this and have also used this. You need to be a certain way in order to be accepted. You need to mimic this person or be like this and have to do this and have to do that in order to be accepted, in order not to be banished from the community, which means you will no longer survive, in order not to be shamed, because shame is the lowest frequency. If you're aware of the map of consciousness by David Hawkins, you'll see that shame is at the bottom. It's actually just next to death, because shame is I'm nothing. I'm useless. I'm pointless. There's no reason for me to be in this world. That's where shame is. And shame is used so often to drop people in order to control them. So if you're not pleasing someone, if you're not acting the way you need to act in order to be accepted by certain people, certain groups of people, certain types of people, you will be shamed. You are nothing. You will be banished from the community. And that's a survival. Oh my God, I'm not going to survive. Even though it's not actually true, that's how the subconscious, the ego, the energy within the body acts until you start to heal these pieces. Because when you're in your alignment, when you're in your power, in that pure part of you, you can spot it and it doesn't work anymore. And the people around you who may have expected you to be a certain way also start to show up differently. They start to react differently to your energy. So number 2, stop trying to please everybody else, trying to be like them, mimicking them, being the good boy, the good girl, all of that kind of stuff. Let that go because it will take you down. Number three, and this is the biggest one at the end of the day because it then trickles to everything else. Stop abandoning yourself. There is that automatic survival mechanism of being left, being booted out of the community, not being able to survive. But at the end of the day, the person that's actually abandoning you is you. When you stop abandoning you, you'll realize you'll never be abandoned. You can't be abandoned. There is no real such thing because you will never leave you. And if you never left you, if you never abandoned you, it doesn't matter what anybody else did. You never feel abandoned. You'll always feel fulfilled. So even if there's a situation where someone left, it's like, okay, well, is what it is. It was a season in life and you just go on. There's no upset. There's no hurt. There's none of that stuff because you are filled within your own. You never abandon you. You support you. And by overgiving, by people pleasing, by being nice, by being manipulated into being shamed for being you, for being in your light, for being in your authentic space, by abandoning you in all these ways, you're depleting yourself. You'll never have to be abandoned again if you stop all that stuff. Because all that is you abandoning you. At the end of the day, people pleasing, being nice, overgiving, giving to shame is you abandoning you in order to survive, which is not even true. You don't need to do that to survive, but subconsciously you've taken in that programming from external reality, from external people, from those, where do I begin on who those are? Let's just call them them. Okay. From them trying to take away your power because they don't want everyone sovereign. They don't want everyone in their power. So what they do is they use our egoic mind, our need for survival. They use that against us and find different ways. Because the reality is, what are the chances that you have a lion that's going to attack you? You really don't. So it's more of like a mental warfare that they're playing. And as soon as you stop giving them that power, the more you start to heal that part of you and you stop abandoning yourself and you start doing your somatic work to release all the programming that's been instilled from one situation after another, wounds, traumas, because what happens, you may have a wound, you may have a trauma that hasn't been fully released because let's face it, majority of us weren't raised to learn how to process emotions and release them. They take that, they, them, whatever, take that and they play on it. They have fun with it in order to control you. So when you start to release all of that, you come into your alignment, you start becoming fulfilled within. There's no more abandoning yourself. You come into your power, your frequency elevates, you're in a higher, more aligned space. You can do your shadow work and still be in your alignment. You can face your shadow because you need to dance within both the dark and the light. You go into the dark to learn in order to bring it more into the light, and you still stay in your alignment while you're in there. That makes you very powerful and very unfuckable with. Bottom line, they can't control you. And then your kindness. You get to be kind because you might be nice over giving from a place of fear and conditioning. And at the same time, you do also want to give. There is a part of you that is loving, that wants to give. The difference is you start to do it from a full cup and you get to give even more because, like I said, your energy is higher, your frequency is higher. So it naturally radiates just by being you. You'll actually be able to help people and elevate people and do more for people with a higher frequency just by being you. You could say 5 words and then all of a sudden, just from your energy in those 5 words, boom, they elevate instantly. There's less effort, less force, less, efforting that you need to give and that you need to exude the energy to release in order to be there for someone. So you get to be kind instead. So what I did is I actually created a tapping video on switching gears from nice to kind and to help release the conditioning that's been imprinted in like everyone. I'll include the link.